Idiot cops often bend and break the law and think they can get away with it, but what happens when these cops are caught red-handed by their bosses? Here are 4 cases where idiot cops got pulled over by their bosses.
So none to drink at all?
No, sir.
So if you blow in a portable breath test, it'd be triple
I
zeros.
refuse all that. You can call your sergeant if you want to.
This is Justin Shields, an officer with the Cincinnati Police Department. Officer Shields was pulled over around 1 a.m. on April 14th in Claremont County for speeding by Ohio State Highway Patrol troopers. The troopers believed that Shields had been drinking upon meeting him, and little did Shields know that he wouldn't get an easy out just because he was an officer.
Hello. Got you stopped your speed.
My bad, bro. I appreciate it. Cincinnati.
Okay. Anything to drink tonight?
Nope.
Mind if I check your eyes out?
Yes, sir.
All right, bring your head out here just a little bit.
Okay.
Follow, tip my finger with your eyes only. Don't ever
Yep.
Man, how much you had to drink?
Literally nothing. I took my friend home.
All right, I'm gonna get you out and make sure you're okay to drive.
Okay.
Step on that. You know your tags are expired as well?
I know that already. I work for Cincinnati.
You work for Cincinnati and you got expired tags?
I showed you my badge.
I know, but I'm saying you work for Cincinnati and you drive around with expired tags? How long you work for them?
About a year and a half. I started when I graduated college.
All right, I'm gonna have you walk to the passenger side of my vehicle.
You said walk to the path?
Yes,
This side? What do you want me to start?
Just walk back there. Just walk normal.
Just walk?
Yeah, normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were doing the step test or whatever.
No, I'm gonna do HGN first. We'll go from there. Stand by my front tire there.
Up to this point, Officer Shields has already mentioned multiple times that he works for the Cincinnati Police Department, clearly hoping to be let off easy. The trooper proceeds with the traffic stop and is actually shocked that Shields is an officer but is still driving with expired tags.
Where do you live at?
You said what?
Where do you live at?
I'm literally going home. I dropped my friend off.
Okay.
We're at my friend's house.
Okay. Cool. All right, just stand right here. Face out towards me.
The trooper goes ahead with the HGN, a horizontal gaze nystagmus test, which is generally the first field sobriety test that officers take. He feels that Officer Shields is intoxicated and wishes to do more tests to confirm it.
So none to drink at all?
No, sir.
So if you blow in a portable breath test, it'd be triple
I
zeros.
refuse all that. You can call your sergeant if you want to.
I don't need to call my sergeant.
I'm just saying. But like, literally have had nothing to drink.
Nothing to drink, then it would be triple zeros,
Nothing.
right?
Me and you both know how it goes.
I know how it goes.
Yeah, me too.
And you've been drinking.
I have not.
You have. I can still smell it on you as you're talking to me.
You cannot smell anything on me.
I can
smell gum because I've had gum.
No, I can smell a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage.
You cannot.
I can.
Okay.
Why would I make it up? Why would I pull you out of the car?
I have no idea. I was speeding. Yes, if you want to earn me a speeding ticket and ticket for my registration being expired, fine. That's fine.
Okay. But you're not willing to blow in a portable breath test?
No, sir.
I want to put you through some more tests.
I refuse.
You refuse? Go ahead and turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
What test?
Turn around.
I will do the test.
You want to do the test now?
I will do the test. I really just want to meet.
Why are you trying to? You know how this goes.
I know how it goes. That's why I'm asking why you're doing this. Like, I want to get.
Because I smell alcohol. I'm doing my job.
Okay, I will do it.
Officer Shields initially refuses the breathalyzer test and any further sobriety tests, claiming that he's had no drinks that night. But after figuring out that he can't easily get out of this with a speeding ticket, he agrees to the other field sobriety tests.
Go ahead and put your hands behind your back.
Are you serious right
Yes,
now?
sir. You're under arrest for operating a vehicle impaired. Put your palms together. Bring your arms back. Do you need another set?
What'd you say?
Do you need 2 sets on?
No, I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
Take your watch off and put it in your pocket for me.
This is a Rolex.
All right, put it in your pocket. I don't want any possession of your Rolex. Palms together. So that's your girlfriend?
Yeah.
She been drinking too?
No.
Just you?
Yep.
All right.
Well, I haven't been drinking, but
You were.
my friend's been drinking. I got confused with the question.
Officer Shields can be clearly seen taking the law lightly just because he's an officer with the CPD. Not only was he speeding in a car with expired tags, he was driving under the influence and was repeatedly trying to get away easy. He brings up that he's with the Cincinnati Police Department and that he knows how things work multiple times in hopes to wind up the stop and just get away. Unfortunately for him, the state trooper sticks to procedure and after the test charges him with OVI. Officer Shields even accidentally admits that he's been drinking as he's being arrested, but then tries to cover it up. But if you think Officer Shields was an idiot cop who got busted, wait till you find out about Officer Garces, who gets caught about as red-handed as you can.
What happened?
Motor vehicle stop.
Huh?
Motor vehicle stop.
It's not a motor vehicle stop. You weren't driving.
This is Officer Mauricio Garces with the Union City Police Department. Officer Garces was found asleep in his vehicle in the middle of the street by Secaucus PD officers with no clue of what was going on.
Hey, how you doing? Secaucus Police. Put your car in park. Put your car in park.
Hey, yo.
Put your car in park. Put it in park. Put the gear in park. Put the gear in park. Perfect. How you feeling?
Good, brother.
Okay. Secaucus Police, Officer Gonzalez has been recording my body cam, okay?
brother.
What happened?
We're home, man. That's it.
Uh-huh.
Home.
You know where you are?
Yeah, home.
Where are you?
By Hoboken.
You where?
By Hoboken.
By Hogan?
By Hoboken.
By Hoboken? You know what town you're in?
Yeah, Hoboken.
You know, you're not in Hoboken.
We're home.
Where's home?
Like 2 blocks away. I live in Secaucus.
You live in Secaucus?
Sure.
Where in Secaucus do you live?
Like a block away.
Block away? Can you roll out this window a little bit more? Okay, you understand what's going on right now?
Yes, sir.
What happened?
I'm going home, that's it.
No, you understand what's going on though? You understand why I'm here talking to you?
Of course, brother.
What happened?
Motor vehicle stop.
Huh?
Motor vehicle stop.
It's not a motor vehicle stop. You weren't driving.
You got it, brother. I'm going straight home.
You going straight home? Where are you coming from?
Union City.
You coming from Union City?
Yes, sir.
What were you doing?
Going straight home.
You were just driving straight home?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand why I'm talking to you though right now? Do you understand
Yes,
what
sir.
happened? What happened right now?
I've been a straight light. I said I'm going to go home.
Huh?
Straight home, that's it.
You know, you're at home, that's it?
Sure, brother.
Yeah, but you're not answering my question. You weren't driving your car, okay? I didn't stop you. You already stopped,
Yes, sir.
okay? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand what you were doing?
Yes, I want to been stopped. I didn't go home straight home.
No, you're not understanding. You're not understanding what I'm saying. The reason why I'm here is because you fell asleep.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying.
No, you didn't say any of that, okay? I just woke you up right now.
Yes, sir. I went straight home. That's it.
Okay, you're repeating yourself. All right.
Apart from that fact that Officer Garces was found asleep literally in the middle of the road, it's quite obvious that he is intoxicated as seen by his mumbling and failure to comprehend the officer's question.
2 blocks away. That's it.
2 blocks away or anything?
Sir,
All right.
It's the exchange.
Okay. Your speech a little slurred. Okay. Did you drink anything?
I'll have a couple drinks.
You had a couple of drinks?
Sir.
Okay, perfect. All right. I'm gonna ask you to step out of the car for me. Leave your car in park. All right. Just step out of the car. We're gonna go right here on the sidewalk. Come here on the sidewalk. How much did you have to drink tonight?
39, I'll be out there.
A couple.
A couple? What's a couple? About how much?
2.
Okay. Why are you looking away from me? I'm talking to you. Look,
Yes, sir.
Okay, look towards me. Okay. What's a couple?
2.
Like 2?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Officer Garces claims that he's only had 2 drinks, but it's apparent from his behavior that he's had a lot more.
What's a couple of drinks?
Like 2.
About 2?
Yeah.
All right. You take your hands out of your pocket for me?
I'm sorry.
I'm not asking you for anything at the time, okay? What are you doing? Have you?
Sorry,
I
brother.
guess you've done this already in the past? You have?
Yeah, I do work for Union City PD.
What's that?
I do work for Union City PD.
I never asked you that.
I know.
Why would you bring it up?
I'm just telling you.
Okay. But what does that have to do with you being checked like this before? Nothing. I guess you want me to take some type of preference or something that you mentioned that?
No.
Like I said, you're being recorded right now also, okay?
I know, brother. I don't.
Okay. All right, do me a favor. Take your hat off.
You're doing your job.
Take your hat off. Okay? Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you to do, okay? You have any medical conditions? You wear glasses?
No.
Contacts? You have a glass eye? No. No? Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you to do, okay, look at me. Look at my pen. Okay? All right? And you just follow my pen without moving your head. All right? Just your eyes, okay?
At this point, the field sobriety tests are just a formality. Officer Garces is unable to make sense of even his own answers and is making a fool of himself.
Okay, that's fine, that's fine. All right, just turn around for me and then just put your arms back like this. All right? Turn around real quick and just put your arms out like that. Do that for me? You all right? Okay, that's fine. All right. Put your hands together like this. Put your hands together. Okay, you're being arrested right now for suspicion of driving under the influence of alcohol, okay?
By the end of the stop, Officer Garces was in just enough of his senses to make out that he was getting arrested and was gonna be in big trouble. It's commendable that the officer from Secaucus PD followed procedure professionally, even though Officer Garces was clearly hammered and even calls him out for mentioning he's an officer with the Union City PD as it has nothing to do with the stop. But if you think Officer Garces got into trouble because of his idiocy, wait till you find out about Officer Shaouni. Watch him butcher his career all in a couple of minutes.
I am going into work, my man. Why are you trying to pull me over as I'm going into work?
Because you're going 80 and a 45.
I am going into work.
This is Officer Shaouni from the Orlando Police Department who was pulled over on June 6th, 2023 by Deputy Hill. Deputy Hill had to chase down Officer Shaouni before finally pulling him over after he caught Officer Shaouni going 80 in a 45 miles per hour zone down Florida Avenue.
Over 100 miles an hour trying to catch up with this butthead. He's the guy that copy down that bumper down.
This one or this one?
Yeah, 11070. Pull over. You gonna pull over?
Please say a command.
Pull over.
You can already tell from Officer Shaouni's demeanor that he doesn't expect to be held accountable for his actions.
3113 to 313.
What?
Do you?
I am going into work, my man. Why are you trying to pull me over as I'm going into work?
Because you're going 80 and a 45.
I am going into work.
Okay, what are you going
What
to
does
work
it look
for?
like I am dressed for?
I have
What
no-
does it look like I am dressed for?
My name is Deputy Hilton, and they see your driver's license.
No.
Okay. 3113, copy at 1050. 10-4, I got a city, Orlando PD taking off from a traffic stop. It's going to be... He refused to stop.
Officer Shaouni seems to think that just because he's a police officer with a poor excuse like he's going into work, it's all right to disrespect the law and storm off from a traffic stop. Thankfully, the Orlando PD doesn't agree and has since relieved Officer Shaouni from his duties, and he has been criminally charged with resisting an officer, reckless driving, as well as fleeing and eluding a law enforcement officer. If you're thinking Officer Shaouni behaved like an idiot, wait till you see Officer Sarah create a scene forcing officers to come set her straight.
So as far as her giving me a ticket, I'm a law enforcement officer.
Okay.
This was Officer Sarah of the Apopka Police Department. Officer Sarah was caught up in an accident by East Anderson Street and South Bumby when Orlando police officers arrived on scene to investigate what had happened.
Anything on you, guns or anything? No, not at all.
Where's your actual ID? Yeah, because that one you don't need anymore. You can get rid of that. I need the other ID.
Sorry.
You're good.
That one.
Thank you. I'm going to take that back. Okay, go ahead and have a seat for me really fast. Just take a seat. Are you? If you guys are good to go, if you want to, whatever you want to do.
He's a f***ing jerk.
Hey, I'm talking to them. If you're law enforcement, you know better than to be talking to us like this. Then you know better than to be talking to us like this.
Right off the bat, the Apopka officer is behaving unprofessionally and needs to be corrected by the officers on scene.
What happened?
So I'm pulling off the ramp. Obviously, like the road closed. Slow down to a stop. Look back, and I'm, I see headlights. But
You're in this lane? What?
Coming off of
Coming
the
off, okay.
off ramp, and that's closed. So I see headlights. Like look over, and I don't even see headlights. They're far enough behind me to where you could stop. And so I pull over and I drive for a little bit. Then I feel kind of on the side. And I pull over and look, and this truck is kind of stopped behind me. I pop out and I jump out of the car. And she jumps out immediately and is like, "Bro, I'm a cop." I'm a cop, and I'm like,
fantastic. Okay.
I'm like, okay, and I was like, "Well, you hit me," and I was confused at first. I was like, "Well, how did that happen so quickly?" I guess. And just instinctively, I'm like, I am not wrong. I had plenty of time. She, certainly you can see the initial impact, rear quarter panel, and then it slid across the side of the front door. So I just jumped out and talked to this person behind me. I said, "Hey, did you see that? And do you mind pulling over and witnessing?" She's like, "Yes. By the way, she was swerving a lot."
Right.
And again, I'm not trying to. I'm just.
No, you're good. You're good.
She
That's
said.
fine. I'm going to go talk to her too, so you're good.
And I said, "Well, it appeared that she hit me," and she said, "Yeah, she was swerving a lot." And I was like, "Well, do you mind pulling over?" And her name's Ray. I got her phone number.
Okay.
The officer on scene go ahead and take the witness statements to get an idea of what happened, and it becomes pretty clear that the Apopka officer was at fault for the accident.
I just want to let you know, though, you are at fault for this crash, okay? And you will be getting a ticket for it, for careless driving, okay?
Even though he hit me,
It's dependent upon what everybody says, and what everyone says is that you swerved into him, okay? So you're at fault, and I'll be giving you, you'll get a ticket.
I'll wait for you to stand by with me when you're done. Can you come over here, please? I want us off the road. There's a lot of traffic coming by. What's up?
so as far as her giving me a ticket, I'm a law enforcement officer.
Okay.
So he literally ran into me as I was coming off, like driving here. He hit me.
I feel you. So I said I don't believe you. We just have, you know how it works. We have an independent witness that you don't know, he doesn't know, that says differently. It says they saw you.
He's a I swear.
Okay. Why do you think that?
Because he yelled at me the second I got out of my car and went up to him and tried to talk to him.
Okay.
This is an obvious attempt by the Apopka officer who's trying to use her position as a law enforcement officer to convince the officers on scene that the victim was actually at fault and was also aggressive with her, which is the opposite of what actually transpired.
So Sarah, here's the deal, okay? So the crash investigation is over, okay? So while we've been interacting with you, myself, other officers, the witnesses, they've been able to smell the odor of alcohol on you, just your speech, your bloodshot eyes, your mannerisms, okay? So we have reason to believe that you might be under the influence of drugs and or alcohol. Okay, so at this point in time, I am conducting a criminal DUI investigation and a battery investigation as well.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to read you your rights. I understand you know how this works, okay? I need you, when I ask you these questions, I just need a verbal yes or no to make sure you understand what I'm explaining to you, okay?
Okay.
At this point, Sarah realizes that not only is she definitely being held accountable for the crash, she's in a much worse predicament. She's under criminal investigation for DUI, which could make things far worse for her.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
What do you think?
I'm asking you.
2 glasses of wine.
2 glasses of wine?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else besides that?
No.
Okay. What kind of wine was it?
Cab.
Cab? Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you have those wines at? asked the question, and you're just looking at me, so
I'm just wondering why you're asking me.
like I told you, I'm conducting a criminal DUI investigation right now.
Sure.
Okay, so that's why I'm asking these questions.
In Winter Park.
You don't want to tell me the name of the restaurant or bar you were
It
at?
doesn't matter.
I mean, matters. I mean, does it not? Were you not coming from there?
Are you conducting a criminal investigation towards me
Yes.
right now?
Yes.
Okay. So am I having any point of, I mean,
Is there a question in there? So while you were talking to him after the crash happened, all right, you're at his window. What was going on there? Why were you yelling at him back and forth?
because he hit my car.
Okay.
As he hit me.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So when he got out of the car, what did you do?
I did nothing.
Okay. Did at any point you put your hands on him and try to push him back in the car, or,
Nope.
or redirect him back towards the car?
Nope.
No?
No.
Okay, because that's what he's saying. He's saying like, he tried getting out of the car. Actually, I watched the video because he had a video on his cell phone that he got out. Okay, that he got out of the car, and as he's getting out of the car, you try to redirect him back inside the car.
I never touched him.
No?
No.
Okay. Is there a reason why he would say differently?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Why did you tell him so many times that you were a cop?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Did you think that was going to make the circumstances any different with him, or anything of that nature?
I didn't do anything to him.
Okay.
At all.
I'm just wondering because listen.
I didn't do anything to him.
Generally, most cops that I know, we don't shout that we're cops to people.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. You were just doing it in a very aggressive manner. It was kind of intimidating. You see what I'm saying?
I didn't intimidate him at all.
Okay.
He hit my car.
Okay.
And that's where we're at right now.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
On a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being completely sober and 10 being completely drunk, what do you think you're at?
I've not drank.
What do you mean? Not 5 minutes ago, you told me you had 2 glasses of cab. So obviously you have drank.
Can you drink though and still drive and not be under the legal limit? Can be under.
You can't. Okay, that's not what I asked. That's not what I asked you though.
So like 1 glass.
So you said 2 glasses earlier, and then the original question I asked you was, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being completely sober,
Sure.
10 being completely drunk, what do you think you're at? And your response was, I haven't drank. But that contradicts what you said earlier because you have drank today.
Sure.
So again, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being completely sober, 10 being completely drunk, what do you think you're at?
Maybe 2 glasses, maybe.
Okay, so I understand you had 2 glasses. That's not what I'm asking you. On that scale of 0 being completely sober, all the way to 10 being completely drunk, what do you think you're at?
Again, you're asking me what I'm at. 1 to 10.
0 to 10, correct.
Okay.
Okay.
So I can be at home and have a glass of wine and be out and have 5 glasses of wine. It just depends on who you're asking. Right?
So I'm asking what you think your impairment level is, not how many glasses of wine you have drank.
I can have a glass of wine right now and get home.
Okay.
Sarah is either unable to comprehend the question or is trying to avoid it altogether. In any case, it's clear that she is too drunk to be handling the questions or the situation well.
So I'm going to ask you again, would you want to do some field sobriety exercises?
No.
No? Okay, so you do understand the implications that I'm going to have to make a decision based on what we've seen, heard, talked about, and that it could be used against you in court. Do you understand that?
You are going to come at me right now for what he says, for what he hit me on my car.
Okay. I'm not coming at you. Like I said, I'm conducting an investigation. Okay. Crash investigation was done. You were determined to be at fault. You have a very strong odor of alcohol in your breath. Your mannerisms have been what an impaired driver would be. Okay. You have bloodshot eyes. All right. You have not been acting how I would say a police officer should be acting, especially off duty. That's besides the fact.
Once again, the Apopka officer goes on about how the victim hit her and refuses to cooperate with the current investigation that's going on, the criminal DUI investigation that she herself is the focus of.
So I'm going to ask you again, are you willing to do field sobriety exercises? run your back. At this point in time, you're being placed under arrest for DUI and battery.
It's quite obvious that the Apopka officer is drunk. There were more than enough indicators in her behavior, not to mention the witnesses who saw her swerving while driving, and the officers all noticing the odor of alcohol coming from her. It's likely that the Apopka officer herself was aware that she was drunk, which is why she refused the field sobriety tests. They would only strengthen the case against her. This was yet another case of officers behaving poorly and like complete idiots who have to be put in check by other more sensible officers of the law.